Now, an 8 on Your Side investigation. Community clash.
Radar O'Reilly under fire. Neighbors are furious about the way the former television star spent their money. Radar's real name is Gary Burghoff. Neighbors don't seem to care that he played the lovable Radar O'Reilly on MASH. They called 8 on Your Side angry about the way he spent dues paid to their RV resort. Tonight, senior investigative reporter Steve Andrews gets to the bottom of their complaint.
Gary Burghoff, the actor who played Radar O'Reilly on the series MASH, is under fire, and it's not the North Koreans this time. Fellow members of an RV association claim Burghoff and others were out of line when they spent twice as much as approved on equipment for their resort. A day of investigation turned into confrontation in Crystal River at the Nature Coast Landing RV Resort.
Don't touch my camera. I would ask you to leave. It's a private meeting.
Folks who live here asked 8 on Your Side to attend October's RV Association meeting. Why? There are questions about 2 generators. Not that they're not needed, but who authorized how much this resort paid for them. The generators will operate the sewage lift station, so if there's a power outage, waste will not back up into people's RVs. The problem, members of the resort's board of directors spent twice as much on the generators as approved. Who signed one of the checks? You might know him as Radar O'Reilly from the TV series MASH. Gary Burghoff, the then vice president of the association.
You want an interview?
Do you want to give us an interview?
I definitely do.
Okay.
First of all, I want to know who invited you here.
8 on Your Side asked Burghoff why the association paid twice as much for generators as the board approved.
The motion was for about $10,000. It was not at all clear to all board members or all owners whether that included installation or not.
Really? Because at this January board meeting, it was explained that $9,597 would cover purchase and installation. And Burghoff knows that because he asked the question.
If we make the addition to the budget $9,500 plus dollars, would that cover it?
Yes.
We never could get a clear answer on why he co-signed a check for $17,900 for something that should have cost only $9,500.
People saw the video, and it was pretty darn clear what was approved, and it included all the costs for under $10,000.
There should have been a meeting call to get an emergency approval to spend this money. And that's how that should have been handled.
In a letter, Board Attorney Joseph Cianfrone contends Burghoff did nothing improper. But on this day, Cianfrone wasn't as interested in answering questions as he was in grabbing our camera and microphone and throwing us out of the association meeting.
I have no comment.
Please don't touch our equipment.
I have no comment. We're asking you to leave. It's a private meeting.
Well, we've been
Thank you very
asked-
much.
We have guests here all the time. They're renters who come here that have never... Don't touch the mic, sir.
Bottom line, those generators were much larger and more expensive than those recommended to than approved by the community's board of directors. Gary Burghoff told me the check he co-signed was approved by the board's then vice president.
And the other bottom line is, don't touch your camera. Learned a little something right there. But who does the president answer to, Steve?
Well, according to the bylaws, which I read, the president answers to the board of directors. And again, in January, the board approved spending $9,500 for 2 smaller generators instead of that 20 grand we're talking about here.
Well, you can kind of feel the frustration in all this, but radar involved makes it a much bigger deal, I suppose.
There you go.
Thank you, Steve. Our 8 on Your Side digital team has put together a list of 8 things you need to know about homeowners associations. Just look in the 8 on Your Side section of WFLA.com.